this right here is some tough love. Isaiah is not taking this lightly. What he's saying is that God, while merciful and loving, is also a pretty strict parent. I think that when we read a lot of Old Testament books of the Bible, we oftentimes want to disregard them, associate them with a crueler, harsher God, a God before Jesus came. And while, yes, Jesus did die for our sins so that we don't have to be subjected to the harsh ruling of all the different requirements of being a child of God, it's still the same God. What Isaiah is saying is that the reason God is so harsh is because he loves us. I grew up with two very loving parents, but I was very aware of the rules and the repercussions that would occur if there weren't any rules. I'm very fortunate to have kind and loving parents, much like God. But I wouldn't be the person that I am today, and I wouldn't strive to be the person that I want to be were it not for these very strict responsibilities put in place. Isaiah is saying, you want to be the best version of yourself? Do what God tells you. He loves you. He knows what's best for you. Sometimes it takes a little bit of punishment for us to learn. While I don't think that God enjoys punishing us, in fact, he says many times in the Bible how much it pains him and hurts him, I do think that God knows what it means to be in good relationship. If you let someone walk all over you, there's never going to be any real kindred spirits because there's no trust. Now, we could get into a whole conversation about why good things and good people don't always have great outcomes. There are some terrible tragedies in the world that happen that were not at God's hands, that God does not love. But I think that Isaiah is speaking specifically about the things that go against God's glory. While it's not fun to suffer consequences, they're important because ultimately they're supposed to bring us closer to our Father. I hope you think about all of the different ways in which God has nudged you in the right direction, and maybe we'll be able to focus in more on that relationship with him. See you next time.